too. Thank you very much. Okay, this over here, then this right here. Put this over here, then I can leave out of the way. All right. Hell yeah. That. Woo. I can only be on this much for a minute. All right, let's talk about that folding chair. The folding chair, the Montgomery brawl. It ain't funny, but it is funny. First of all, what was funny was dude that got so frustrated that he had turned his hat around like 3 times and then he threw it up in the air. I think that was probably the most hilarious part. But what's really funny is that it's going viral. And another thing that I thought was like showing solidarity was the fact that that dude had swum across that water to get up on there to help old boy out. So I thought that was the shiz naive. If you notice the thumbnail, it got old big red dookie on there, busted upside her head with a folded white chair. I was trying to splice it, dice it together, but that's the meaning is that it should have been her ass getting slapped with that folded white chair. Shout out to Wanda Whitley, still hanging in there. I swear. Love seeing going in her room. She's like, shut up. Shout out to Wanda Whitley. Oh yeah, and I see Self for Self still fighting over that girl Lana. And I see Big Red Dookie still doing the same shit. Shout out to True First Love and Gossip, still hanging in there doing the same. Shout out to Silas Mukbang. She's doing the damn thing. There's a couple of y'all that's still in there hanging tough, you know. It's good to see that y'all still got y'all platforms and y'all still growing. You know, shout out to those who subscribers are increasing. Yeah, shout out to that. But yeah, topics. Let's talk about Bigo for a second. If ain't nobody really heard about Pastor P, was in a motorcycle accident. He was like one of the biggest broadcaster influencers on Bigo. Actually, since he's been in that accident, Bigo has not been the same. In fact, I finally uninstalled it. I can't even believe that. But yeah. Pastor P in a motorcycle accident, closed and open head injury. He was on a three-wheeler. His body hit a car, like his body was a car. He flew up in the air and hit the concrete hard. Like, so, needless to say, the brother got multiple fractures. I'm pretty sure he got pelvis, legs, you know, like, yeah. The thing is, people thought that he was going to come back right away. But, you know, anytime you're in a motorcycle accident, three-wheeler accident, and you have no helmet, the fact that the man made it off of the ground alive is a miracle. Now, from here on out, he's going to have a long road of recovery. You know, 9 times out of 10, he got to get his cognitive level right, you know, meaning alert and oriented times 5. He was on a breathing machine, medically induced because of all of the pain that he was in. He was in a long head for a long recovery process. And I'm saying at best 13 months. And people seem to think he's going to come right back in 2 days, 2 months. No, he will not. You know, if the brother is alive and has his cognitive levels and, you know, smell, taste, and touch and senses and shit together, it's going to take him a while. You got to learn how to walk all over again. I don't know what make people think that you get in a car accident with no helmet, by the way. With no helmet on, you hit a car, you fly up in the air over the car, and you hit the concrete. He ain't the bionic man. He ain't the bionic man. They put too much on people, making people think that, you know, they're invincible, right? But the hit is It's so interesting how one influencer in one section of this Bigo app had that much influence to where people are dropping their family badges. People are uninstalling Bigo. It's boring. You ain't got that many people on there. Except for the clear people, and mingling and chingling in them, but as far as the black section, it's kind of dried up. People ain't really, they ain't interested. They ain't interested. Now, there's always controversy going on. And for those of us who've been on Bigo and know how Bigo is, the transgender and the LGBTQWXYZ community is really taking over the black, quote unquote, section of Bigo. Nobody really was in it over there for the making the money, like, especially when you talk about Pastor P and the mega church or the church family. You look around and you don't see any of those content creators on Bigo. You don't see them in the Senses accident. Like, you have not seen these people. Then you really start realizing that there wasn't really a lot of people on there that were making money on there. And Wanda, when I went in the room and said something to her, Wanda said, "Sugar, how do it really work on Bigo?" Well, basically, you got to have a partner, right? So y'all trade with each other, but the investment definitely comes in. But in retrospect of the whole entire thing, they take too much. It's just like Bigo, just like on YouTube. You get a super chat for $1. They taking 30 cents. You only see 70 cents of that dollar, and that's a tip. That's a super chat. I don't get it. That's the reason why people be like Cash App or Zelle Me or whatever. They saying that because they don't want them people to, take out their little portion. To take the little portion, that's like taking advantage of somebody's tips. That's what I think about. That's what kind of turned me off to YouTube, because I would tell people, don't send no super chat, don't do none of that shit. If you want to do anything, Cash App me. But I personally don't think, those who get it, that's fine. But I personally don't think you should be on there asking for that. I think YouTube ought to be paying people instead of them having to rely on the generosity of the audience or the watchers or the viewers. It makes no sense to have 5,000-6,000 something subscribers if your views on a live is not at 100. You know what I'm saying? So even though you got 5,000 subscribers, they ain't all on the YouTube at one time. I think that if you got 7, 5, 6, whatever subscribers, then when you go live, you should have at least 200 people if they actively watch you. But numbers is numbers. Some of them numbers is dead. Like, some people be like, how come you still got, right up under 2K? Because those are really people that subscribe to me that are not dead. Like, I literally went and got all those subscribers. So when they do a surge or a purge or whatever, they can't take nothing because they are legitimate YouTube subscribers. Now let's talk about something else. Another app that's coming out called Live Now, Live Now, Now. That's another stream that's getting ready to become popular. A lot of people are gravitating to it. Of course, Miko, M-I-C-O, is still out there, but Live Now is coming up in the ranks. Live Now does not require you to have an audition. You get it as soon as you start getting your followers going live immediately. That's the new social media app that's sort of like Bigo, but it's called Live Now. Another one that's coming up now is Pokachu. That's another social media app that's coming up in the ranks. That's getting a little notoriety and a little popularity right now. People are definitely jumping on there, mainly because you don't have to have an audition. See, they're getting to the point where they're doing a whole lot that they shouldn't be doing, right? On these social media apps, and now that they're trying to curtail the child pornography and trafficking stuff, now that they're doing that, they just making sure that they got all their I's and stuff and T's and dotted across, because they don't want to be put in a situation where they're promoting child endangerment or sex trafficking, because y'all know there's always kids on these apps, and they always know how to come in and start some shit. I'm taking this mouse with me. But that's my update, my bup date. Just wanted to check in time, man. Peace out, y'all.